All right, so today we're going to dive into a really unique and kind of weird book from the 19th century. It's called Sartor Resartus. Now, the title might sound a little strange, but trust me, it holds a seriously powerful message about who we are deep down. The entire book kicks off with this one big, provocative question. It asks you to think about this. What if everything you use to define who you are, your job, your social status, your traditions, even your beliefs, what if it's all just clothes you put on? If that's the case, then where is the real you under all those layers? So the title, Sartor Resartus, literally means the tailor retailored. The whole thing is framed as if it's written by this imaginary German philosopher, a guy named Diogenes Teufelsdruck, who comes up with this grand philosophy of clothes. And this one big idea becomes the lens through which we look at, well, everything. So, what does Carlyle actually mean when he talks about clothes? Well, it's definitely not just about shirts and pants. It's a huge metaphor for all the external stuff we use to build our identities and understand the world. Just think about it for a second. Your job title, the uniform you wear, the social circles you run in, these are all different kinds of societal clothes. The book's big challenge to us is to try and see past all these layers, both in ourselves and in other people, to find the real, authentic person underneath it all. But here's the thing. Before our philosopher finds any kind of truth, he has to completely fall apart. He hits rock bottom. And this part of his journey is called the everlasting no. It's a time of just total despair and a deep spiritual crisis. You know, this world of no is a pretty bleak place to be. Carlyle describes it as a state where doubt just eats away at everything until there's nothing left. All your hope is gone. You feel completely powerless, totally alone, and any faith you might have had just evaporates. It's a complete and total loss of meaning in your life. And wow, this quote just perfectly captures the horror of that mindset, doesn't it? The universe isn't magical or special anymore. It's just a huge dead steam engine. It's a cold, indifferent machine that couldn't care less about you, and it feels like it's just rolling along, ready to grind you to pieces. What a terrifying thought. So after living in this misery for years, something amazing happens. It's not a slow, gradual recovery. Nope. In a single, powerful moment, everything flips. It's this sudden spark of pure defiance. What's so wild is where this life-changing moment happens. It's not in some beautiful, quiet place. It happens in the grimiest setting imaginable. A hot, miserable day on a dirty street in Paris that ironically has the name Street of St. Thomas of Hell. Right there, in the middle of all that grime and misery, a question just pops into his head. He asks himself, what am I so afraid of? Death? Pain? And in that instant, instead of feeling fear, he decides to just face it. He basically dares the universe to do its worst. And this is the turning point. That universe of despair, the everlasting no, it told him he was its property. But now, his entire being just rises up and screams back, no, I am not yours, I am free. He calls this moment his spiritual new birth. It's the moment he truly becomes a man. And out of that one single act of defiance, a brand new philosophy is born. It's called the everlasting yay, and it's all about saying yes to life. It's about acceptance, finding purpose, and taking action. And you can really see the massive difference here. The everlasting no is all about fighting against everything. It's about fear and despair, seeing the universe as a dead machine. But the everlasting yay, that's about acceptance and freedom. Suddenly the universe is seen as alive, as meaningful. And the goal shifts from just trying to avoid unhappiness to finding something way deeper. And here's the big secret he figures out. Chasing happiness is a trap. It's a dead end, because it just makes you focus on yourself and what you think you're missing. Carlyle says we should aim for blessedness instead, and that's a deeper kind of fulfillment that you can only find by doing useful, meaningful work. This quote just sums it all up perfectly. Stop chasing pleasure for its own sake. Instead, connect with a higher purpose, whatever that means to you. That right there is the everlasting yay. And when you start living and working that way, all those big, confusing contradictions in life, they start to dissolve. Okay, so a 19th century philosopher has a total breakdown and then a major breakthrough. That's a great story, but why should we care about it today? Well, because the final lesson of this book is surprisingly incredibly practical. After this whole epic spiritual journey, the conclusion is actually super simple. Having beliefs is fine, but they're basically useless until you turn them into action. The only way you can ever really get rid of doubt is by doing something. This is maybe the most famous and important line in the whole book. Stop worrying about your grand ultimate life purpose. Don't let yourself get paralyzed by the big, scary questions. Instead, just look at what is right in front of you. Find the one small, necessary thing you know you should do and just do that. So how do we actually do this? Let's break it down. Step 1. Stop daydreaming about some other perfect life. Your real life, your potential, is right here, right now. Step 2. Look around. What actually needs doing? Maybe it's cleaning your desk, answering an email, or helping a friend. And step 3? Just do it. Pour all your energy into that one small, immediate task. And the magic of this whole approach is that once you do that nearest duty, the next one suddenly becomes clearer, and then the one after that. See, you don't just find a meaningful life, you build it, one small, concrete action at a time. So, I'll leave you with the same question the book leaves us with. Forget about tomorrow or next month or next year. Just for a second, look around you. What is the nearest duty? The one small, useful thing you can do right now? The answer to that question might just be the first step on a whole new path for you.